don't steal from poor farmers' friends. Me, them folks that go up there in them hills, hoping to find a fortune in a pan on a river, they can just keep on hoping.
So I say we go to Palo Pinto. Time to make some money. More off this whiskey. I'm gonna have myself a sip of whiskey. Thank the Lord that I'm not a ghost today. I've always wanted to be in a Western. They're just huge in my family. You know, we're from Texas. It's a story that means a lot to me because it's based on a place where I spent a lot of my childhood, and the fact that nobody's done it, you know, kind of had like free reins to be the first to tell this story.
I'm a big fan of so many directors, and I try to learn something from each and every single one of them. Scorsese's, just his directing style, I really think the way he works with actors and everything is really great. I'm a big fan of Mel Gibson. I think his connection with actors, him being an actor, really just, they have their own feel to him in all of his films, and try to emulate that, to learn from them and read whatever they say in their interviews, and really just kind of take heed to it, almost like a student and then being the teacher. And when you go out and do your own things and see what works and see what doesn't, but it's usually always fun. You can learn something every time you go out.
And action!
They're stealing from our bar!
They're stealing our hides! Get down, Maggie! Get down!
The makeup process for film is actually a lot more fun to me. I've always been the one to really nitpick on the details of things. So details is not what I was scared of in coming into film. So it really hasn't been much of a challenge. It's been something that I've had to make sure I'm staying aware of at all times, you know, just the subtleties. And, you know, for instance, Lucas, you know, gets a blow to the nose, the character Kelly. And trying to make that effect look real this close instead of from 30 feet away is very much different. And it's really a lot of fun. It's more my forte than makeup in theater.
Dan and myself were working on a film together, actually down in Texas, and
we got to talking, and I told him that I had this idea for a Western, and he, of course, comes from the long line of the Western genre, and so, you know, he got really excited about it. Told him about the story, and, you know, we decided to give it a shot.
Now, Parisse Boothe and Philip Jessen came on board to produce, and so, you know, kind of all four of us together put the puzzle pieces in place, and, you know, before you knew it, we found ourselves down in Texas doing some location scouting on some really fantastic land out there, really beautiful land. After, you know, location scouting and everything, we really began, dove right into pre-production. And really, I think it was the amount of work that everybody did in pre-production that made it possible for us to shoot in the amount of days that we actually shot in, which was 6 days, roughly 30 pages. So.
People here in Texas, you know, it's not LA. It's not LA here, you know, so when you come and you film a movie in their town or in their area about a place, you know, or a story that they've heard of before, people really, they want to do all they can to help you out and be successful. We went to a restaurant where they had all these eclectic, you know, antiques and things, and she said, sure, go ahead, take what you need, that sort of thing. And the same with a lot of the land, you know, a lot of the land came for free. People, yeah, they really are. They're just generally excited, you know, that we're here making this movie and that we're excited about it. You know, it's all coming to life, that story that they've heard about.
It's exciting for me to be out here to do that, just because we couldn't have shot this movie anywhere else. And the fact that where the story takes place as we're shooting not too far from it really kind of brings you in to that just whole element of being there. And literally you can step 5 foot over there and you look at what you're wearing and you look at what you're looking at, and it's the same thing in 1878 that the person you're portraying would be looking at. And so it's not hard to really enjoy being out here when everything is so timeless and could pass for any area. And Texas is so vast, and the areas that we've decided to shoot in and the areas that are relevant to the location, just really, it's like a painting.
All right, let's roll cameras, A and B. Roll sound, settle everybody, and action.
Come on, boy, come get your wallet!
Where we were shooting in Texas was out in the middle of nowhere, so we had to have animal wranglers out there, weapons specialists for the bows and arrows, outdoor specialists. You know, we were working with rattlesnakes and cows and horses and, you know, all sorts of different animals, a tarantula. To keep the animals taken care of, you know, and to ensure the safety of the cast and crew, it was an absolute must that we had these people around there. It's scripted that the mule in the film fell off the cliff, which was researched in all the versions of Hell's Gate. There was always an instance of that happening.
And that's one of the reasons that these guys ultimately got caught, is because, you know, everything that they had was loaded up on this one mule, and he took a spill off of this cliff. And so to do that,
We had to create a dummy mule.
You know, the materials we used were crazy. You know, we used, you know, foam and padding and, you know, chicken wire and all kinds of stuff to try to make this as realistic as possible, and, you know, dressed it with the exact same stuff that our live animal actor, you know, had on him in the scene previous to, you know, when he actually makes the fall and tumble. So that was a real challenge.
That looks perfect. Actually, it looks like a cow is wearing
Looks like
a stocking.
It looks like a donkey's leg.
It does look. It looks like a donkey's leg. I think it looks pretty damn good.
The production team has been absolutely fantastic, and you know, it's been a lot of long hours and a lot of hard work, and there's not a whole lot of stuff around here. You know, we're shooting out in the middle of nowhere, and the fact that, you know, everybody can just get up in the morning, rise to the occasion, put on the costumes, throw on that hat, and make it come to life has been one of the, you know, the greatest experiences I've ever had. And to have my family involved, my friends involved, and just surrounding myself with fun, creative people who are storytellers, that's been the biggest payoff, and that's why we did this.
For me, the Western genre is it's a way of life that's never died. No matter how hard we try to pull it out of our society, more we pull ideas and gods and beliefs out of everything that's in our lives, the more the movies of Westerns and cowboys and what they stand for. For me personally, the Westerns, it's in my soul. My grandfather, John Wayne, he meant so much to so many people for so many reasons, and he gave people hope in a time when they couldn't see, you know, tomorrow.
I hope that everybody can, you know, come and really enjoy this film and find something in it that they like. I think that in this movie that there's a lot of characters in it that, you know, you probably haven't seen in your typical Western before, and I think that, you know, people can watch it now and still really kind of relate to just all the characters in it and how they, you know, kind of react to the situations that they're in, and, you know, just kind of enjoy seeing something that they haven't seen in a Western before.